আসসালামু আলাইকুম প্রিয় দর্শক শ্রোতা, আমরা আবার ফিরে এসেছি মহিলা অঙ্গন অনুষ্ঠানে। এই মুহূর্তে আমাদের সাথে আরো নতুন দুইজন গেস্ট আছেন। প্রথমে পরিচয় করিয়ে দিচ্ছি আপনাদের, যার সাথে উনি হচ্ছে ইয়াসমিন। হ্যালো ইয়াসমিন, হাউ আর ইউ?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
আই এম গুড, থ্যাংক ইউ। তারপরে আপনাদেরকে পরিচয় করিয়ে দিচ্ছি যার সাথে অবশ্য একটা নতুন মুখ, একেবারে নতুন, আপনারা আর কোনোদিন তাকে দেখেন নাই। দেখেন তো, চিনেন কিনা? নাদিয়া আলী। হাই।
হাই, হাউ আর ইউ?
আই এম গুড, হাউ আর ইউ?
ভালো, অনেক এক্সাইটেড তোমার শোতে আসছি।
হ্যাঁ, আর আমি তো বললাম দর্শকদেরকে, তারা কোনোদিন তোমাকে আর দেখে নাই, এবার নতুন মুখ, নতুন পরিচয়। তো এখন তুমি বলো দর্শকদেরকে, তুমি কি কি বলতে এসেছো আজকে?
আমি এখানে আসছি আসলে বলার জন্য যে ক্যাপ ফাউন্ডেশনের সাথে অবভিয়াসলি পার্টনারশিপ করেছি এবং তাদের সাথে আমি কাজ করছি, and it's such a great project. So I think my message to everyone is come join in, support CAP
তুমি কি
Foundation.
করতেছো ক্যাপ ফাউন্ডেশনের সাথে?
Well, with them at the moment, আমি আমার নতুন লেবেল লঞ্চ করছি, ফ্যাশন লেবেল, নাদিয়া আয়েশা, আমার বিজনেস পার্টনারের সাথে। So I'm going to be launching my designs at the Bangladesh Fashion Week. তারপরে নেক্সট উইক পরপরই ক্যাপ ফাউন্ডেশনে আমার কাপড়গুলা দেখানো হবে।
এই অনুষ্ঠানটা কোন দিন হচ্ছে?
এটা হচ্ছে 7 তারিখের অক্টোবরে এবং হচ্ছে এটা ইস্ট লন্ডনে, and we'll give you the information a bit later on. কিন্তু I think definitely go follow them on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Go and check them out on their website, Cap Foundation. They're doing some great work, and it's so important, especially for the younger generation, those women that are sitting at home right now, আপনারা যদি বাসায় বসে দেখছেন, then you definitely need to get involved. It's all about the mental health issues. যেটা কিনা হয়তো বা আমরা especially within the British Bangladeshi community, আমরা কিন্তু এটা অনেক ইগনোর করি, আমরা কিন্তু রিয়েলাইজ করি না how important it is. I think it's a subject that just gets brushed under the carpet. We don't even realize, you know, there are mental health issues. We just think, oh, no, you know, he's just angry or she's just angry or, you know, there's moody. But nobody realizes what is the underlying issues. So CAP Foundation are raising awareness, not just here in the UK, but in Bangladesh as well. They're doing some great projects in Bangladesh, and I think it's super important that we all, you know, support CAP Foundation in their projects.
So on the 7th of October, there's going to be an event to raise awareness?
Yes, it's called Shared Minds, so do the hashtag Shared Minds, and we'll be basically showcasing lots of designers, lots of fashion, and through that we'll be doing some fundraising.
So it's a women-only fashion show, is it?
It is indeed. Okay. So men, I'm really sorry, there's nothing you can do there. And it is all about girl power, it's all about women empowerment, so it is a women's only event.
Why women only?
I think, you know, I can't speak for the organisers, so I'm not too sure why they decided for it to be a women's only fashion show. But I think for me, it's really good that it's a women's only show because the mothers will be there, the sisters will be there. আর আমরা কিন্তু বাংলায় একটা কথা বলি যে বাসায় যে বাচ্চা কাচ্চাকে বড় করা হয়, এটা কিন্তু সব কিছু মায়ের হাতে কিন্তু সব কিছু। সো এই যে মারা যে আসবে, এই যে বোনরা যে আসবে, এই যে ভাবিরা যে আসবে, you know, all these women that are coming together, it's so important that we educate them, we raise that awareness within them so they can go home and they can raise that awareness within their family.
So এখানে থিম যেটা থাকবে, যদিও ফ্যাশন শো এটা টাইটেল, কিন্তু তারপরে অ্যাওয়ারনেসটা রেজ করা হবে,
অবশ্যই।
সেইটা কিভাবে হবে একটু বলতে পারবা?
I'd rather the organisers told you a bit more about that, but like I said, you can go onto their website, you've got all the information there. It's CAP Foundation, so it's easy as literally go onto Google, do CAP Foundation, you'll find it. You've got Instagram, you've got Twitter, you've got Facebook, and do use the hashtag Shared Minds and you'll get all the information about it. And I'll be showcasing my fashion label, Nadia Aisha, and I'm super excited because it's our prothom notun ekta venture ঢুকছি আমি, and really excited, and I hope everyone's going to support me and they'll like my fashion label and my designs, inshallah.
Okay, well, thank you very much. So Yasmin, tell me about yourself. What are you going to be doing at the fashion show?
Well, I'll be managing the hair and makeup side of things backstage, and dealing with making all the models look pretty. We've got designers also like herself to do all that. It's just to cause awareness for CAP charity.
Okay, so hair and makeup, that's what you're going to be
Yes,
doing.
that's right.
So on a fashion show, I'm assuming this is going to be about 3 or 4 hours long. Are you going to be redoing the hair and redoing the makeup, or how does it work?
Yeah, there will be a few touch-ups on each segment. So We'll be having a few segments which we'll be rehearsing, and yeah, there will be touch-ups on lips and the hair, etc. Really.
And when you do the makeup and when you do the hair, what do you choose first? Do you choose the outfit or the makeup or the hair design? How does it work?
It's basically the makeup. We're keeping it simple, and
Okay.
the
So
hair
it can go
goes.
with any outfit. That
Yeah,
kind
it can
of-
go with
okay.
any outfit, and also the makeup, just to show up in the pictures and to complement the outfits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that what you do for living then?
Yeah, that's what I do for a living. I own a company called Diamond Beauties based in Luton,
Okay.
so I'll be promoting that, and yeah.
And you're
do-
volunteering as well at this event?
Yes, I am. Of
presume?
course, I'm volunteering at this event.
Okay, so this is a charity event. So I come back to yourself, Richard, here. So are you part of this event, this project, or this event?
I'm almost sad, but I'm not a woman, so.
I know.
It's
you're
all right,
not.
we
So
can
you
dress
won't
you
be
up.
there on
No,
the
no,
day,
I-
but
I-
are you behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes in a way, in that some of the background information about why the CAP Foundation is doing what it is with the establishment of the mental health service in Sylhet, and why this excellent event is going to raise a lot of money, providing the background, as I say, the background setting in Bangladesh. Yes, I'll be doing that, but
Right.
but sadly will not be there.
You won't be there because you won't be able to do the makeup or the sari or wear any of
Although we
Nadia's
do have a
outfits.
makeup artist that can put a wig on, do the makeup, and I
And
can
transform.
give you one of my outfits. You know, I'm sure we can somehow get
We'll
you in
talk
there.
later. At the minute, I'm not going.
So there might be a transformation taking place.
You never know.
So can I just come back to you? The whole project is about raising awareness,
Yep.
mental health awareness.
Absolutely.
Back in Bangladesh, where we talked about, you mentioned earlier on the number of, there's a huge population in Bangladesh, and if 1 in 4 people, according to research on this country, who may suffer from mental illness at some point in their lives, if that is to be true of the people in Bangladesh, then that is a huge number of people experiencing mental illness, and there are only 2 hospitals. What are the capacities of those 2 hospitals? Would you know?
Can I just, if you've got a minute, can I just take you through a comparison
quite a
between the
few
UK and Bangladesh? Okay, because we in the UK beat ourselves up about mental health facilities that we've got. So we do this in round figures. Population of the UK, 60 million. Population in Bangladesh, 160 million. We have a statute, the Mental Health Act, which allows for the provision of services. We've had several, the last one in 2012. In Bangladesh, currently it's the Lunacy Act of 1912 that defines how people suffering from severe mental illness are treated. You mentioned the incidence. I mean, in round figures, 12.5 million people in the UK at any one time are going to be suffering from poor mental health. So even at the best guess, based on the University Dhaka research, and add a bit for normality, if you like, you're looking at about 25 million people at least in Bangladesh. So that's less than the 25%, but on the best evidence to date, and bearing in mind how difficult it is in far-flung parts, let's call it 25 million for sake of argument. In the UK, we've got 5,730 psychiatrists. In Bangladesh, there are 123. Clinical psychologists, and we've got 7,000 in the NHS. Over here, there are 50 qualified clinical psychologists
For
to service
25 million
160 million people. Mental health beds, and that's a big topic in the UK, 41,000. There are, in the 2 hospitals you mentioned, a total of 650. And here's the big one. We pride ourselves in the UK on treating people in the community. So not keeping people locked up in an asylum or anything like that, but getting them well enough to return to their environments and be treated. And we have to service that in the UK, roughly 25,000 community mental health nurses. Would you like to guess the figure in Bangladesh?
I'll let you do that.
0.
Oh wow.
So there's a lot to be done, and that's why the CAP Foundation's initiative, which is actually based on the community mental health nurse and social worker, for want of a better word,
Yeah.
prospect, is so hugely important, because when you're treating the most common types of mental illness, and we talked before about depression, yeah, you can throw drugs at people, but actually that masks symptoms. It's talking therapies. That is actually one
Explain a little bit about talking therapy. How
Right.
does that work?
It means that you have someone that you can talk to absolutely honestly about how you're feeling about a particular issue.
So people might know that as counselling.
Yes, it is, but actually counselling, a skilled counsellor is someone who can listen and ask the right questions, and there is a skill in that, because if we're unsighted on mental health, and the stigma of it you mentioned earlier, how it can frighten people talking to somebody who's suffering or experiencing a mental ill health.
So the project that's going to be set up in Bangladesh, is that going to provide therapy, counselling and other forms of therapy alongside medical treatments?
Yeah, I mean the basics of it is it will promote awareness and provide a safe house, a secure environment for people to come and discuss issues that they're concerned about. There is a separate project in tandem with the Innovation for Wellbeing Foundation, which is the bigger group, through the Grameen Caledonian School of Nursing in Dhaka, to actually provide trained mental health nurses. And the idea is, providing this, we can get this one off the ground in Sylhet through the CAP Foundation, that will provide a really good template for how mental health services can work effectively in Bangladesh.
So here we call what are they called? CPNs, psychiatric.
Yeah.
What is it? Community psychiatric nurses.
Got it.
That's what it is, isn't it? CPN.
Yep.
So would the training be equivalent to the CPN training here?
I don't know the detail of what StartX.
It's a
I don't know.
formal
But
recognised qualification.
yes, that will be the progression. So that once the actual building is established, it's got a reputation, it's started promoting and people start coming through the doors, then that is when anyone that is seen by the staff of the CAP Foundation will need to have the relevant qualifications to be able to treat or to talk to somebody
And I think
sensibly.
also, I think this is where we can tell the audience, if there are people out there that are specialists in this area, then please get in touch with CAP Foundation, let them know of your interest and help them, You can train people in Bangladesh, you can be a part of CAP Foundation, so it doesn't just stop at this event, or it doesn't just stop at the building being built. We do want more people to come forward and be a part of it.
Absolutely.
So definitely get in touch.
Who wants to answer the next question, which is about the event? So what is the purpose of this event then? Tell me, how is this event linked with the project in Bangladesh? The event being the 7th of October.
As I said, or yes.
No, it's fine.
I think, like we said, you asked earlier, I mean, it's to raise awareness and it's to raise some funds to help build this project or take it off the ground in Bangladesh. So that's how we link this with the project in Bangladesh.
How is this? Okay, I was going to ask a question about funding for this project in Bangladesh. Will you be able to answer that? How is this project going to be funded?
I can't answer that.
We'll wait for the CAP Foundation people to answer that. Okay, let me ask Richard one more question to you then. In terms of mental illness and the perception of mental illness and the approach to mental illness, I understand that it differs vastly from community to community, and also there is a religious element to this. Can you explain that, please? Insofar
as the main barrier to getting treatment for any mental illness is the individual's perception that they're not going to be listened to. There's certainly a cultural thing, and I think it's much the same in the UK as it would be in Bangladesh. It's very hard for a male in particular to front up to being perceived in his perception as weak because he's got a mental illness. So there's a bit of that goes on. I don't know a great deal about the religious side.
Maybe Nadia can answer that. Nadia, does religion play a part with mental illness?
No, not at all.
In terms of approach?
I don't think so. Personally, I don't think so.
does অনেক সময় মানুষ বলে না যে এটা জিন ভূতে ধরছে তাবিজানো এইগুলো?
I don't think
rather
that's
than
a
going for
religious. I
medical
don't think that's a
treatment?
religious thing. I think that's a lack of education around mental health. I think, I personally, of course, I'm a Muslim myself, and I do believe, our Prophet ﷺ, had black magic done on him. I do believe in all that. But at the same time, I think there is a fine line, and I think, you can get help now in this day and age. You can first go to your doctor and say, for example, I don't know, my auntie's acting funny, she's being really moody, she doesn't want to talk to anyone, she's being really moody, how do we deal with this? Go to your doctor first, speak to your doctor. Your doctors will help you and they will guide you to the right place. There are so many services here in the UK. We are quite lucky, I know we moan about it, but if you compare that to Bangladesh where there's zero, I think we're still in a, you know, in a better place. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, go there, ask, get some help, and of course, you know, believe in your religion. I believe in Islam. So if I, you know, if I feel my auntie suffering, I'll pray for her, I'll make dua for her, you know, I'll do everything I can.
But it doesn't mean to say that you will not seek medical treatment.
No, I will seek medical treatment.
Yasmin, you're not Bangladeshi by ethnic origin, are you?
No, I'm from Kashmir.
Kashmir.
Pakistani,
So,
yeah.
Pakistan?
Yeah, Pakistan.
Okay. So does the Pakistani community approach mental illness in any different way than the Bangladeshis do?
Not really, but most likely some of the illnesses are caused by drug abuse and stuff like that.
So drug induced, okay.
You know, just trying to be part of, trying to fit in, you know, with the community and people around you, and that just turns into more of a mental illness, trying to fit in really. For most people that I know of that have got mental issues, mental illnesses like schizophrenia or anything else like that. Yeah.
Let me take a call. There's a caller on the line. Hello, Assalamu alaikum caller. Ke bolchen? Kotha theke bolchen? Hello. Can you please switch off your television volume and just talk to me on the phone? Hello, Assalamu alaikum. I think the television is interfering with our conversation. Okay, fine. We'll have to come back to the caller and we'll get on with the conversation. So the Pakistani community. So do you think then if there was mental illness in the community, in the Pakistani community, they would go and seek medical treatment rather than running to the mosque for some sort of...
For religious purposes, they do go to the mosque and believe that you should pray 5 times a day. It's more of a spiritual thing as well. It's all in the mind. But for more serious mental illnesses, medicine is needed, like schizophrenia or anything else like that. So that's commonly
accepted, is it? Do you think?
Yes, it is commonly accepted.
But spirituality and mental illness, there's a huge link, is there not? Richard?
Well, there is, because it's all in having something to believe in, is it not? And I think a lot of mental health, rather than mental illness, mental health is actually feeling in control of events. That's a big one, and having a positivity towards something, and I think that is very often has a religious connotation, and it can be a huge help. But I'd like to pick up on the point. I mean, if I'd got a broken leg, I would like to think that someone would go to a mosque or a church to pray for my broken leg, and I also hope that someone would, at a hospital, would put a plaster on it and make it better. Why should it be any different from my mind?
Yeah, that's an excellent answer, and I'm glad you gave that analogy as well, because something people can actually visualize and understand. প্রিয় দর্শক শ্রোতা, আমরা এখন ছোট্ট একটা বিরতিতে যাব। বিরতির পরে আমরা আবার ফিরে আসছি, আমাদের সঙ্গেই থাকবেন। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।